All right, so last time we talked, we finished our hand tools, and that was actually in-person class. First part was online, so this semester of our classes are online and half are in person. So just either make your own notes for the in-person classes or use the ones that I'm posting. This will also be posted. All right, so portable cords, also known as extension cords. What do we have here? Portable cord, which is also known as a flexible cord, is a cable with multiple conductors used in applications requiring flexibility. Well, these do exist, and it's not one size fits all. So let's just take a look at what we need to know about this. Why do we need to know, as future electricians? Why do we need to know things about portable cords? Well, if you go to any hardware store and you buy an extension cord for your Christmas tree, or for your coffee blender that whatever you need to plug in, um, you're going to get a consumer rated equipment, which means that you don't have to know anything about electricity. You could be an accountant with no electrical knowledge whatsoever, and you should be able to buy this portable cord, plug it in into your kitchen outlet, and plug in your blender. And it should be, well, pretty much relatively safe considering common sense. When the level of knowledge that you are going to be required to possess is going to be slightly, well, not slightly, quite a bit higher. When, for example, if you are going to, let's say you're working as industrial electrician, and there is some sort of a new machine, be it like a CNC or maybe large edge bender or whatnot. It doesn't come with the nicely wrapped power cord that all you have to do is have to find yourself an outlet and plug it in. It will require some more complex activities on your part in order to make that thing work. And you're going to have to choose some of the type of connections, the way things are going to be connected, and of course, you're going to have to choose the bits and pieces that are safe and proper to do just that. Depending on the environment, depending on the power that is required to connect the machinery that you will have to do. Right. So further down here, the cord can be used to provide power for a range. So these are service cables. See, so providing, as soon as we see the cord is supposed to provide power, that means it's a service cord or service cable. Right? So the cord can be used to provide power for a range of applications such as small hand tools, movable equipment, power extensions, or home appliances. Right? And here are some examples of portable cords, aka extension cords. Okay. Oh, here, keep going. Portable cords might be used in commercial, industrial, residential applications. Okay, well, what else is new? They work well on job sites where resistance to, okay, so here's where the fun begins. Okay, they work well on jobs where resistance to oil, chemical, and abrasion is important. All right. Their construction enables them to perform well in extreme environments, both heat and cold, outside or inside. Additionally, some portable cords can be excuse me, excuse me, could be weather or water resistant, or even water submersible. Again, one size doesn't fit all. There are different type of cords that are being used for different type of applications. Some are more expensive than others, right? And some of them will be constructed in a different way. So sometimes the cable has to be tough in order to be used in certain environment. And sometimes you don't want to be as tough on account of flexibility. If you're going to use something to plug in your kitchen appliance, you're not going to have an industrial kind of a heavy cord. Now, when it comes to what's inside the cord or the cable, it is copper. If I don't think you're going to see any of the CCA, which stands for copper clad aluminum, which is pretty much cheating the nature, so to speak. CCA, copper clad aluminum, is, well, is aluminum conductor coated with copper to save on copper and save on the costs. You see, CCA, avoid it like a plague. Now, some of the headphones, even more expensive headphones, use the CCA wire to for the coils. Those are okay. They're being used once. The copper is being the whole conductor is being wound once and is not being disturbed or touched. And once it's produced, manufactured, that's fine. But if you have to work with that kind of stuff, please do yourself a favor, stay away from it. But now, we're talking about copper inside. Inside, there's a copper which has to be of certain gauge, so that doesn't change. What makes the cords different one from another, for the most part, other than the copper thickness or the physical appearance or conditions such as stranded or solid, then the copper is just a copper inside. What makes things different, other than that, is the type of jacketing that is being used and how the jacketing is applied. So that's what makes the biggest difference when it comes to selecting portable cords. All right, so here's something I'm gonna run by you. Common types include type SJT, SVT, SEOW, SJ, so SO and SOW, now surpassed by SOW. Type. The letters correspond. Here's the letters. You're going to see some of those letters actually printed on the conductor, on the cable. And next time, try to take a look at some of the reels that are on a cable carousel in our lab. See if you can spot any of these designations there, right? Print it right on the cable. Right? Or if when you buy some sort of heavier cord, look for those too. There could be a sticker that is kind of a glue-on sticker, and or there could be actually numbers, the letters printed on the cable jacketing itself. All right, so the letters correspond to the characteristic of the insulation, see, the jacketing, and the jacket applied to the cable. All right, so here's an example of the SOOW or SEOOW. Well, SOOW is made of rubber. It's durable, greater dielectric strength. Dielectric is an insulator, so it's going to have good insulation between the conductors, and higher tear resistant, maximum continuous temperature 90 degrees Celsius, minimum conditions temperature, continuous temperature is negative 40. Now SEOOW, so here's the E, thermoplastic PVC. What's thermoplastic? Thermoplastic means if there is a material and it's heated up and it changes its state a little bit, it deforms certain way after the heat is applied, and then when the heat is removed, the the material does not return to its original state as far as physical properties. That is not thermoplastic. Thermoplastic is that you can heat it up and cool it down to some extremes, to the point that the conductor becomes soft. It actually changes its physical characteristics, but when you cool it down, it comes back to the state it was before. So thermoplastic elastomer, which means it feels like it has the characteristics of a rubber. Maximum continuous temperature, well, it's a bit higher, 105 degrees Celsius, and minimum, so that we can be subjected to more extreme temperatures. And here's a reference for if somebody needs it. All right, let's take a look at some of the lettering here. Cable types, you see this here? Those letters here, explained. All right. S stands for severe service cord. Severe service cord, service cord, that's of course, that means power, right? Severe is, it's a higher voltage. 600 severe service cord. It's designated for 600 volts. It's rated for 600 volts. Also, well, lower voltages, it could be used with lower voltages as well. Right? And for some reason that has to be specified, okay, just to make things legal. So 277, 480 or 480, that's it, might be utilized in place of SJ in extra severe service. All right, what's SJ? SJ is a junior service. See, so there's a J. So it's a severe, junior severe service cord. Well, junior, it's one step down. So junior service cord, junior severe service cord is rated for 300 volts. Right? And of course, it can be used with the lower voltages, but not for the cable that's designated for 277, even though it's lower, or slash for 480, okay, because 480 is higher than 300. Okay, thermoplastic, T stands for thermoplastic. Thermoplastic means that after heated up and cooled down, it actually preserves its physical characteristics. H for heat resistance or high heat resistance. And we don't have any specifications here, so I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper into, but no, this one doesn't have H here. So this will be higher than some of those temperatures right here. All right, nylon outer jacket material. Elastomer, thermoplastic that looks like and feels like rubber. Okay, so we already had that. Now, here's the O and here's the double O. The single O stands for oil resistant outer jacket, and double O stands for oil resistant outer jacket and oil resistant insulation. So here's the outer jacket, here's the insulation. These cords, of course, would have to be used in, well, where would you use it? Oil changing shops, any kind of mechanical car shops, machine shops, industrial environment. If you want to use any kind of those cords, yes, you will have to use those with the double O's or O's, okay? V stands for vacuum, typically used with vacuum cleaners and other portable cleaning equipment. Well, when it comes to cleaning activities or vacuuming things, there are two things that those cords are subjected to some sort of physical abuse because they're being wound and unwound multiple times. So the construction of that cable is sort of trying to accommodate for that type of stuff. Please remind me to show you in one of our labs to show you how to properly coil or wind a cable, any kind of cable, whether it's a service cable or a signal cable. Mm, and also, with the vacuum cleaners, when cleaning is involved, some chemicals are also involved. So the jacketing will be constructed in certain way that it will possess a little bit high resistance to some of the cleaning chemicals that are being used. Right? And here's the W. Well, in Canada, CSA, weather and water resistant, approved for indoor and outdoor use. So here are the designations. So now, what can we see here? Well, SOOW. So S stands for severe service. So that's going to tell us that it's rated up to 600 volts. And over here also 600 volts. Here's OO. So then means this cable here will be having oil resistance outer jacket and the insulation. And so is this one. And then there is the W, weather and water resistance. So can this be used outside? Yes, it can. Here's the E. What does the E stand for? Elastometer. Elastomer. All right. Thermoplastic that looks and feels like rubber. So this one will be more friendly to handle. All right. Next slide here. Under understanding cable types, what does let's say here, okay, here's another designation. You zoom in a little bit. Okay. Let's see if you see this type of stuff here in the documentation. Now, when you're working as electricians, sometimes you're going to have to specify the cable that you need for a certain type of job, or sometimes you will be handed the documentation and with the specifications of what kind of a cable you have to use with certain type of machinery that is going to be delivered, or simply what kind of cables you're going to have to use, you're going to have to know within the environment that you're going to use those cables. All right, so those cables. So understanding, okay, what does this one here, SJ? Okay, so SJ, so automatically when you see the J, that drops the voltage rating right down to 300 volts from 600. If it was just no J, it would be rated, this cable would be rated for 600 volts. When it's J, that means it just jumps down to, okay. E, thermoplastic, polymer, right? So thermoplastic. Looks and feels like rubber, right? Yeah, there you go. Thermal with the thermal test rubber. No, it's a thermoplastic PVC. This one here. Oh, we have an O. Do we have another O? Yes, we do. Right after that. So that means the outer jacket has to be oil resistant, and because there's a second O, that means also the insulation has to be also oil resistant. And then we have the W here, so weather water resistant. So can this be used outside? Yes, it can be used outside. Does it feel like rubber? Yes, it does. How many volts? 600? Nope, 300 volts. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Using the chart below, define Okay, SE. Couple more examples. How many more slides do we have with this one? That's it. That's the last slide. Look at that. Short class today. All right. Using the chart below, define the following cable types. Couple examples. SEOOW. No, we didn't. Because see, there's a difference. SE, SJE. All right. So the difference between this one here and this one is that there's no J after the S. That means the cable would be rated for 600 volts. E, elastomer, which means you will feel like rubber. Two O's, oil resistant, inner insulation and outer jacket. Can this thing be used outside? Does it have a W? Yes, weather and water resistant. There we go. Then, okay, so that's the cable here. What's the difference between this one and that one? They both can be used for 600 volts. However, this one here is going to feel a little bit tougher to handle, right? Because it's not going to feel like rubber type of a thing. Anything else is the same. 600 volts, oil resistance, and can be used outside. Yes. All right. Now let's see. THHN. Let's see here. High heat resistant. Now we're gonna have to find out the temperatures here because it's not mentioned here. So T, thermoplastic. What does it mean? Well, okay, these go kind of together. High heat resistance and thermoplastic. What does it mean that it's thermoplastic? That means if it's heated up to the point that it might slightly change its physical properties, then when the heat is removed and the temperature returns to the original state, the physical condition of the jacketing of the cable is going to go back to the original state as well. It's not going to physically be different and stay that way after heated up. Right? And okay, so the T goes with the high heat resistance. Okay. And then what do we have for the N? Nylon outer jacket. There you go. Can this be used outside? No, it shouldn't. It cannot because it doesn't have the W. Does this one have? Yes, this can be this. Now, here is the thermoplastic. Heat resistant, but not high heat resistant. And it can be used for outside, but it doesn't have a nylon outer jacket. All right, so this is how we can use the portable cords. Now I'm reminding you that okay, well, this is February 12th, 2024. This is the time of this video being recorded, and this is for our 2024 class for Safety 1051. This week, we're 6 week or week 7. Let me see here. As we were going through the thing here. Oh yeah, we just course plan. We're looking at the course plan. Before I let you go, just a quick reminder for the people who joined us later. You get all these zooming in on Zoom. No, that's not what I'm looking for. The second document, course plan. All right, today is February 12th, Monday, and this is Friday, right? I will be releasing the test, same as last time, except this test, comparing to the quiz was worth 5% of the whole course weight. So don't miss this one. This will be worth 15% of the total course weight, and the test will be released later on this evening, and you will have till the end of Friday to complete this test. All right. And there will be no class this Friday, that in-person class, on the account of time being designated for you to write the test. Normally, it would be written in class. Yes, somebody got a question?
Uh, the section 3 doesn't have an in-person class on Friday. We only
Section 3 for, you mean like lab or
no, we only section 3 we have this class and then one tomorrow. For
this
section
the online class for the theory? No, we have our theory classes with everybody, with everyone. All the sections are in our class. Maybe you're confusing us with some other class. It's
no, we
Mon.
have our in-class lecture tomorrow on Tuesday in the Z building.
Sorry, that was me being confused. Tuesday, not Friday. Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Thank you so much. All
Thank
right,
you.
all right, cool. All right. So I'm gonna see some of you in person during the labs this week, and some of us we're going to see brand new faces, all refreshed after the Slack week. And please remember not to forget that the test is going to be until the end of Friday. The test will be released until the end of Friday. All right. Thank you so much, and I'll see you when I see you. Can never get this thing to work.